Welcome to the Keboola Introduction Course. In this course, we'll guide you through the basics of the Keboola platform, providing a comprehensive overview of its key features and functionalities. By the end of the course, you'll be able to navigate the platform confidently and perform basic tasks. Once you grasp the foundational concepts, the rest of the tasks will be much easier to manage. We'll start by exploring Keboola's high-level architecture. After that, we'll dive into its core components and features, beginning with understanding what a Keboola project is and how it integrates everything you'll be working with. We'll then introduce the core components, extractors, for extracting data from external sources, and writers, for writing data to external destinations. We will explain how Keboola storage functions beyond just storing tables and files. We'll also discuss transformations, which allow you to manipulate and process your data. Additionally, we'll cover workspaces, temporary, safe environments isolated from the rest of your infrastructure, where you can interactively work with your data. Lastly, we'll show you how to verify the success of your processes and chain all the components to create automated workflows. We'll also cover data sharing, how to share and receive data securely, and the use of our pre-built data products, ready-made data solutions. We'll then conclude with an explanation of pay-as-you-go, a pricing model where you can create and use free projects based on your consumption. Before taking a closer look at the architecture, let's first say what Keboola is. Keboola is a self-service cloud data integration platform. This means that it allows you to connect all your data sources, whether databases, APIs, or files, into a single centralized storage space. Once your data is in Keboola, you can merge it, enrich it by adding new data or performing calculations, and load it to any destination, for example, a business intelligence tool or data warehouse, for use. All of this happens in the cloud, so you don't have to worry about setting up or maintaining the infrastructure. You can focus entirely on working with your data. Now let's walk through an example workflow that illustrates the way Keboola's architecture works from a high-level perspective. At the heart of Keboola is Keboola Storage, which is the central repository where all components interact with the data. This centralized storage is a key feature that distinguishes Keboola from other platforms. While Keboola provides this integrated storage, some clients may opt to use their own storage solutions. Keboola supports various storage technologies: Amazon, S3, AWS, and GCP for file storage, and Snowflake, and BigQuery for table storage. The database system behind the table storage is referred to as a backend. Above the storage, there's an API layer that handles how various components communicate with the storage. This slim layer enables API accessibility and manages some metadata. Let's take a closer look at Keboola's components. Each component is represented as a separate box in the platform. The process starts with extractors. Their role is to extract data from external sources and load it into Keboola storage. A data source can be anything from a database or a data warehouse to a cloud service like Salesforce CRM or Google Analytics. The highlighted arrow represents the movement of data into storage. In this example, we pull data from Salesforce CRM and Google Analytics, bringing two different tables into our storage. Once the data is stored, the next step is to modify and merge it. This is where transformations come into play. Since we cannot modify data directly in storage, we export it to a transformation workspace. The first transformation we perform on the data is an SQL transformation. We use the create table statement to modify the data and create a new table. After executing the transformation, the table is imported back into Keboola storage. Next, we can perform a Python transformation to show you the differences and help you better understand chaining individual steps. We bring in the table we transformed using SQL and the table created by the Salesforce source connector. The transformation script runs, joining these tables and outputting a new combined table. Once all transformations are completed, the data can be sent from Keboola storage to a data destination, such as a business intelligence tool like Tableau, ThoughtSpot, Good Data, or Power BI. In addition to these basic components, Keboola also offers applications that can perform specific tasks with your data, such as data enrichment or advanced analytics. For example, we have data science applications that assist with tasks like customer segmentation or predictive modeling. One popular application is natural language processing, also known as NLP, which can analyze and enrich textual data. Keboola's architecture is designed so that Keboola storage operates independently of the other components in the platform. It handles tasks like logging, managing metadata, storing data, and creating backups. Storage serves as a neutral zone that receives data from components and sends it out to other components. Keboola itself doesn't manage or interfere with the internal operations of these components. All Keboola components run as Docker containers. This means that each component operates in its own isolated environment, independent of the others. This isolation simplifies debugging and allows you to run multiple components simultaneously without interference. For instance, if your workflow requires data from several sources, you can extract data from all of them at once, reducing the total time needed to complete the process. Keboola also provides a suite of additional tools for security, logging, governance, automation, and API management. These tools are crucial for managing complex data workflows, and you can learn more about them in the Keboola Academy. Excited to learn more? Visit academy.keboola.com and dive into the full course to become a Keboola expert.